Hello guys! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kimbert. And today we're going to talk about SAIS, or Student Academic Information System. I will try to give you as much tips as I can in order to help you in your experience with SAIS. Before doing so, I will first give you a definition of what SAIS is. According to UP's own website, SAIS is a student lifecycle data management system encompassing admission, application to graduation, and alumni tracking. It covers curriculum, advisement, payment, and integration with General Ledger and FMIS, and employee records in HRIS. That was a lot of words to process. Actually, I can't quite give you a simpler definition, but the thing is, we use SAIS to enroll. And that's where a lot of people have trouble with. But you know what? I don't! To help you have the same experience as mine, I'll give you tips to maximize your SAIS experience. There are only two tips that I'm going to give. First is to sleep early and to be patient. First, sleep early. I advise you to sleep early because SAIS starts at 8 a.m. and you don't want to be late. You don't want to be late in enlisting your subjects because you might run out of units. Second one is that be patient. Be patient. Be patient. Be patient because a system such as SAIS that is very good and very state of the art and premier wouldn't let you down. And even if it's already 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you will still get your complete units. It's so fun. So fun, nakaka-excite. I want to enroll again. Na-excite na ako sa next registration period. Joke lang. Not really. If you ask UP students what they think of SAIS, they'll say it is Illuminati. SAIS. It is literally the 10th circle of hell for us students. Why? Because it always crashes. It is very slow. And it is so frustrating because sometimes you think you're already enrolled, but then you're not. SAIS brings you back to square one. As if our ACADS isn't already making our lives harder.
There's too many of them! Get on!
And you know what's worse? What's worse is that even though you're not a student, you'd still get frustrated at SAIS. Why? Because you pay for it. As taxpayers, you pay for it. And Mind you, the cost of SAIS isn't cheap. It's not really cheap. It's in the millions or even billions range. I'm not really sure about that, but it is costing a lot of money. And for you to pay something that doesn't work, who wouldn't be frustrated or feel scammed? Binili mo nga lang sa Lazada na 100 pesos tapos na-scam ka, galit na galit ka. Ito pang millions and billions, 'di ba? So in order to make your SAIS experience a little bit better or to give you a better chance of enrolling and enlisting, I'll give you some tips that I personally have learned, especially in this second time of my registration in SAIS. First tip is to sleep early. Tama naman sinabi ko kanina na sleep early. It's because SAIS starts at 8 a.m. and there is a possibility na tumaas yung rate of success nyo sa SAIS when you try to log in earlier. Tapos press all the steps na, tapos pagdating ng 8 o'clock, i-finish enrolling nyo na. Pero remember, it is only a chance. Chance lang yun. And, ba't ko sinabing sleep early? Sleep early because having a complete sleep will give you more patience. More patience. Even though madalas. Even though madalas, sinasaksak ka na ng SAIS. Gusto ka na niyang i-push to your limits. So, nakakagalit talaga yung SAIS. Yun lang naman talaga. My second tip is to plan ahead. This is a mistake that I have done this second registration as I felt really confident with my SAIS experience before. But turns out, I should have planned as well. Because what I did is, I just added to cart the subjects that would fit my schedule, my planned schedule, but I didn't have a backup plan. And so, it sucked. The experience sucked all throughout. Time matters in SAIS. And planning ahead makes you spend as little time as you can in order for you to be able to enroll easily. Or not really easily, but then enroll successfully. Third step is to try using different browsers. During my first rodeo with SAIS, I used Safari, and it proved an excellent browser for SAIS. But then the second time around, it didn't really work for me. So I tried using Edge, Opera, Chrome, there. But didn't really work easily for me because I enlisted my subjects at 2 o'clock. Some of my friends during this second registration use Edge and Opera VPN, and that worked for them. So it really is just luck if you can really enroll in SAIS. It's a game of chances. It is up to you whether you're gonna use different browsers simultaneously like I did this time, or if you're going to focus using only one browser. Whichever works for you, do that. But I hope that you try other browsers out because sometimes it doesn't crash in other browsers. Like I said, I just finished enrolling or enlisting at 2 o'clock. And there were no units for me. But thankfully for my friends who helped me throughout the SAIS experience, I got 18 waitlisted units, which basically means still 0 units. But thank you. At least I don't have to go through the stretch of mentally beating myself up. And that's where the next tip comes from, is to ask help from friends. Because your friends know your struggle. And I think if they're already finished with what they're doing, if they're already finished enlisting, they would really help you and they would gladly do it. So ask for help. Don't face this SAIS alone. Also, having friends from the upper batches would help you much more because they're already finished with their enlistment period, and so they can start trying to enlist you in SAIS at 8 a.m. I think the last tip that I would give you is to demand better education. Instead of highlighting the resilience of students with such a bad system, why not try to change the system and make everyone's lives easier? So let our plea be junk SAIS. Junk this system that crushes everyone's dreams, delays us from reaching our goals and dreams in our desired time or pace. This system that takes a toll on people's mental health because of how frustrating it could be. This system that exploits those who don't have resources to even have a fair fight for their units. Like some people, especially now in a pandemic, they're staying at their homes and they don't have internet access. So they need to travel far away just to get signal or reception to enlist their subjects. But the thing is, even though they have to do those things, that does not even guarantee them from getting units, or that they will get their units easier. The plea is not to just junk SAIS, but to junk everything that prevents access to a better and quality education. If you have tips or other suggestions to help your fellow ISCO or ISCAS, comment them down below. Ayun lang.